In 2008, this technology caused a sensation in the gaming world, leading many gamers and journalists to believe it was the future of the industry. But the industry had its own plans, and despite the hype, only one game was able to harness its full potential. So, what went wrong? How did Euphoria evolve from a small university project into a legendary enigma of the gaming industry? And most importantly, will it ever be back? Today, on The Games Guru. If you ever played GTA 4, you will likely remember its striking, realistic physics and lifelike animations. Every gamer enjoyed sending Niko flying through the windshield or torturing one of the innocent NPCs in a unique ways. These elements weren't born out of a jumble of code lines, but was a result of an innovative AI technology known as Euphoria. Unfortunately, as is often the case with unique ancient technologies, there is barely any information available online. Partially because Rockstar isn't too keen on sharing their internal processes, but mainly because Natural Motion, the company behind Euphoria, wanted to keep their work safe from competitors. No one really talked or written about this tech before, but my role as the game's guru wouldn't be justified if I couldn't uncover the truth. I found snippets of information in interviews with the GTA 4 developers, but a good chunk of it came from the archives of websites that no longer exist. I've put in a lot of effort researching this topic, so I'd appreciate if you could stick with me and watch this video all the way through. Now, to get the ball rolling, let's hop in our time machine and travel 23 years back into the past. In 2001, two Oxford University students, Torsten Ryle and Colm Massey, collaborated on a group project for their computer engineering class. Their joint effort resulted in one of the earliest prototypes of the virtual stuntman technology intended for use in film production. Impressed by this innovative project, Oxford proposed that the students establish their own company, which will be a subsidiary for the university. In return, the university would provide financial backing, business consulting, and professional support. The students agreed, and in November 2001, they found Natural Motion. Within a few months, the company had recruited over 30 developers and transformated their prototype into a solid technology, which they called dynamic motion synthesis. Unlike traditional computer animation methods, such as motion capture, DMS was based on the simulation of the human musculoskeletal system. In 2002, basing on this technology, Natural Motion launched their first commercial product, Endorphin. Endorphin was designed to generate computer simulations of large numbers of independent characters interacting with each other and their environment based on brief scripts. This innovation was a must-have for movie studios, as it was offering significant time and cost savings. After all, mocap in 2004 was still relatively expensive, but Endorphin was priced at just $12,500, a mere fraction of the cost for major film corporations. The technology was fully utilized in a lot of Hollywood blockbusters, like Troy and Poseidon, and even in some video games like Tekken 5. And although Endorphin is no longer available for purchase, a free demo version can still be found online. However, Endorphin was limited to creating pre-recorded animations and could not perform real-time generation procedures necessary for video games. To address this, Natural Motion developed their next product, Euphoria, an animation engine capable of generating real-time, lifelike animations based on the same DMS technology. The company was then looking for customers when they were approached by LucasArts. The companies quickly signed the contract to integrate Euphoria in the upcoming Indiana Jones video game, and Natural Motion then joined the development team. The game's trailers prominently featured Euphoria, portraying it as the game's main feature, and claimed that all animations in the game would be generated in real time, eliminating the need for pre-recorded animations. The game was scheduled for release in 2007, but it was never launched. LucasArts claimed that they ran out of budget, but the real reason was most likely behind the success of Uncharted, which eliminated all competition in the adventure video game genre. However, LucasArts did release the game supported by Euphoria, but it was a different game, Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. Following this setback, Natural Motion was desperate for sales. Fortunately, Oxford University was able to pitch their product to Rockstar Games. The managers at Rockstar were impressed by the technical capabilities but were also concerned of its complexities, and were hesitant to take a risk. Rockstar still decided to give Euphoria a shot in their forthcoming Red Dead Redemption, but they wanted to see a demonstration first. Natural Motion assigned their top coder, Harry Denholm, to create a showreel for Rockstar, showcasing all the engine's features. To do this, Harry chose a modern city setting instead of Wild West, where he demonstrated how NPCs would react to being shot, falling down stairs, being hit by a car, and so on. The demonstration left such a strong impression on Rockstar's management that they immediately signed a contract with Natural Motion. However, they tasked them with working on GTA 4, believing that such features would look best in Rockstar's flagship franchise.
It's Niko. I'm here for an interview.
By now you may have noticed that Natural Motion was consistently joining the development teams at both LucasArts and Rockstar. This might lead you to question whether these industry giants lacked their own experts to handle Euphoria, and indeed, they did not have such specialists because Euphoria was not a typical plugin that could be purchased. Instead, these companies had to employ a distinct team of experts who would manually integrate the technology into the game engine and then adjust it for each individual project. The physics of a cowboy riding a horse in the Wild West, for instance, is significantly different from that of a football quarterback. As a result, each game had its own unique version of Euphoria. And if you were to try to integrate Niko from GTA 4 into Max Payne 3, it won't work in any adequate way. According to Harry Denholm, engineers from Natural Motion would visit potential clients and integrate Euphoria directly in the company's office. Within a few hours, certain objects and non-player characters would exhibit innovative behavior, and if the demonstration was satisfactory, the coders from Natural Motion would then join the game development team. Due to these complexities, understanding the exact workings of this system is challenging. However, insights can still be gleaned from an interview with one of the developers of GTA 4, given 9 years after the game's release. As you already know, Euphoria generated real-time animations based on the simulation of the human musculoskeletal system. This included elements like bones, muscles, joints, and the instinct of self-preservation. From what I gathered, GTA 4 also utilized a standard animation engine, but when the game needed to display a lifelike animation, it would seamlessly transition to Euphoria. If you have played GTA 4, you would know how remarkable this was. NPCs would attempt to avoid collisions, stumble over objects, and strive to maintain their balance. But the most astounding aspect was the self-preservation instinct. They would huddle during free fall, press their hands to their wounds, and cling to life in a most realistic manner. And I must confess that I personally bought the game solely to watch Niko being ejected through the windshield. And to this day, it never got old. GTA 4, released in April 2008, quickly became a sensation, earning an average rating of 99% and selling over 25 million copies. This overwhelming success brought Euphoria into the spotlight, attracting the attention of journalists, gamers, and game developers alike. And everyone was convinced that Euphoria is the future of the gaming industry. However, since then, Euphoria was featured only in 7 projects, 4 of which were Rockstar's games, Red Dead Redemption and its sequel, Max Payne 3, and GTA 5, where Euphoria was limited in order to scale the game. The other games were Star Wars: The Force Unleashed and its sequel, and Quantum Break by Remedy Entertainment. Euphoria was too expensive for the gaming industry. Indie developers, despite their eagerness to create unique projects, simply couldn't afford it, and large corporations, although financially capable, preferred to play it safe and avoid risks. Failing their quest to find new customers, Natural Motion decided to venture into their own projects. They expanded their team and started developing video games, most of which were mobile free-to-play time killers like Backbreaker, Clumsy Ninja, and CSR Racing. With each release, their games were becoming more and more successful, with CSR Racing propelling Natural Motion into the big league. In 2014, Natural Motion was acquired by Zynga for a staggering $527 million. This turned out to be a profitable deal for both parties, as one of NM's original creators could finally retire, and Zynga could acquire Euphoria and restrict it from its competitors. Around the same time, Natural Motion developed another animation engine, Morpheme, a simplified version of Euphoria without DMS technology. While this engine was used in some major projects like BioShock Infinite and Horizon Zero Dawn, most large corporations had already developed such engines on their own. Their endorphin technology also became obsolete in the industry, unable to compete with giants like Unreal Engine and Cascadeur, and was discontinued in 2014. Due to a lack of licensing deals, Zynga closed NM's headquarters in Oxford in 2017 to focus solely on their own projects. At this point, it might seem like this unique technology is lost forever, and there's a high probability that this is true. However, in 2022, Zynga was acquired by Take-Two, the parent company of Rockstar, for a staggering $12.7 billion. So there's a good chance that Euphoria might make a comeback in GTA 6. Meanwhile, the rest of the gaming industry continues to evolve. Technologies like inverse kinematics have become an industry standard over a decade ago. Ubisoft has their own AI animation generator, and in 2017, a game called Overgrowth featured its own physics engine heavily inspired by Euphoria and curated by its former engineers. Moreover, the AI revolution is already upon us, and I am thrilled to see what the future holds next for the industry. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel and check my previous video about Unreal franchise, which in similar fashion covers the birth, triumph, and the demise of the series. I am the Games Guru. Love to all, and see you next Thursday. Bye-bye.